Good day, you good motherfuckers of the underworld. Your king has arrived with a new video, and part 3 to what if Senku was in My Hero Academia. Before we get into this shit, I would want to say thank you to everybody supporting the channel and almost reaching 400 subs. But yeah, I'm going to probably do a double upload today, so I probably will be putting out something as the 400 sub special, because personally I like it just as much as Senku, and yeah, with that out of the way, I might go into manga spoilers here, but just warning now to people who haven't, but I might not, depending how I write my stories, because it's unscripted. But anyway, let's get right into this. Okay, we come back to the scene where Senku is in the, in the support item department. As Paolo says, alright, seeing you two have gotten introduced to each other, I had a special request from Nezu about you, Senku. Oh yeah? What was it? You said that you're making your own support items. Well, that's all he told me anyway. How come you want to create your own? Yeah, aren't our technology good enough for you? Nah, I'm 10 billion% sure technology is better than any other sort of school or support item manufacturing area. But no, I've got a special built-in feature that I need to make myself personally. And I can't give you the details on it, as I feel that if there's any sort of circumstance where I need to take somebody's surprise, it's best if no one knows about it. Alright, do whatever you want, kid. So, Senku just asked May help him make his hero costume. So he goes, "Ooh, what does this thing do?" Oh, that's just some craft glue I usually keep in the pockets of the support item, well, as my support items, as well as these little vials here. And what do these little vials do? Well, there's not always times where I can actually be able to help people, and I don't think you might know, but I'm able to turn things to stone, then revive them, as you will. I'm 10 billion% sure I'm probably one of the best counters to losing a limb. As Maida says, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." Yeah, get excited because I have a lot of plans for this. As he says, "This file right here is used some of my extracted DNA, especially the quirk gene. That's why I asked you to build me the machine. With this extracted, that's my quirk factor, as well as, well, my genetics, plus the fluid that it's stored in is the same stuff I used to revive the stone." Really? Yep. It's basically like a medic to go. As then he goes over and grabs something sharp and cuts his hand. As Medic goes, "What the hell are you doing?" "Relax. Watch." As he breaks open the lid and pours onto his hand, as his hand starts turning to stone, then the stone starts crumbling off as soon as it petrifies. And the hand's healed. See? It's very useful, as I don't need somebody to be able to, I don't need to touch somebody to be able to use my quirk. I can give it to people so they can go heal somebody at a far distance. It's quite handy. However, it's very hard to make, and I only have about 6 vials of this stuff. But it does not heal to the same extent my fully petrifying somebody does. It heals most light wounds, enough to stop somebody from dying from bleeding out, or somebody from possibly getting killed. But it has its limitations. So it won't always be as good as the original, but I'm 10 billion% sure I could save lives with this. As Maida starts clapping. "Ooh, very nice, very nice." It's like, Should be pretty useful. After all, I think we got an exciting, I think we got an exciting class tomorrow. As the manager says, ooh, well, I'll be cheering for you no matter what it is. Thanks. I'm 10 billion% sure I'll come out on top in whatever we do. So he just gives her a wave and then heads off. And meets up with Taiju. Senku, where'd you end up going? I told you, big oaf. I have to go say hi to the support course teacher. Power loader. Wait, power loader? Didn't you like him as a child when you were making all your gadgets? Against those, like, bullies? Yeah, he was a pretty cool dude. Still as cool as I get to meet him. Now I get to meet him in person. Anyway, big oaf, let's go. I don't like wasting time, and the train's gonna be here in about 10 minutes, so we need to hurry up. Alright, Senku, let's go. Then we arrive the next day, as All Might comes bursting through the doors and says, "Today, class, we'll be doing heroes versus villains exercise. And before we head down and start changing into our brand new hero costumes that have been approved and made by the requested company, I'll have to run through the rules. Each team is drawn out in lots, and it's heroes versus villains. The heroes will have to try and find a bomb or disarm it by touching the bomb. And the other way they can win is by capturing the villains in the in the capture tape. Did I say hero? I meant villains. As in, the only way the villains can win is if they incapacitate the heroes or capture them with their own tape. And at that point, the villains win. As everybody's starting to get excited, as it's like playing a game of tag almost, except with much higher stakes. As Senku starts laughing, as he goes out to draws a lot and says, I'm 10 billion% sure I'm going to be paired off with Big Oaf, as he picks one out from the back and it says, E, huh? As Taiji picks out the last one, it goes, E. I'm like, I called it. Alright, teams E and C are to fight against each other. As this team is Taiju and Senku as the heroes, and Bakugo and Ida as the villains. As everybody says, wow, that's some seriously bad luck. Going up against somebody with such a powerful quirk, and somebody from such a prestigious family. And Senku just says, I'm about to show you all the power of science and kick anybody's ass. Now get excited. As Bakugo just says, what are you gonna do, fucking science nerd? Think you can beat me with those little gadgets and gizmos of yours? I'll blow them up before they'll be any use. As then Senku just goes and gives him a quick smirk and's like, I already know how to win against you, loudmouth. As Bakugo goes, the fuck did you just say? He's like, you 10 billion% sure. I'm 10 billion% sure you just heard me. You just don't want to admit that you are loudmouth, do you? And Sanji goes, come on, Senku, don't rile him up. Oh, what's he gonna do? Start crying? If he wants to get my respect, he has to earn it by beating me. And it's like, then Bakugo says, well, you'll be bound down to my feet by the time we're done. I can't wait. As then we move over, and after everybody is changed into their hero outfits, everybody starts remarking, where then people start saying, Senku, yours is quite different from everybody else's. Why is that? Because I made it myself. Everybody says, well, we all made ours ourselves, but like, which hero design company did you go with? No, I made it with my own two hands. I made these little gizmos here, made the fibers be fire resistant. I made everything here. As everybody just comment, it's like, wow, As Ida just points out, what's with the symbol on your collar? Ah, E equals mc square. It's a homage to Einstein and his theory on mass energy equation. I always like to pay homage to one of the greatest scientists in all the world. Probably one of the first real heroes in, well, in the old modern age. And he just goes, and with the power of science, I'm gonna kick anybody's ass. And then everybody starts getting ushered inside the building as, okay, first match, Bakugo and Ida versus Senku and Taiju. As Senku just starts cracking his neck and it's like, time to get this shit started. It's like, as Taiju goes, alright Senku, I'll beat their ass for sure. When did you get so fired up, Big Oaf? Since you started helping. I can't wait to put all that hard work you and me did up to the test. Yeah, can't wait to see either. Let's see how 2 million years of humanity has evolved into this moment. Now let's get excited. As then Senku just says, leave Bakugo up to me. Go fight Ida. I'll call you down and you'll probably be able to outpace Ida. If you run at top speed, that is. So if I get into trouble, I'm not going to be an idiot. Okay, Senku. But how am I going to avoid him? Well, Bakugo's gonna come running after me after I made that snide remark. I didn't do it just to piss him off. I knew that he would come trying to attack me straight away. This Senku is well, you're smarter than I am. I completely forgot about that. I'm 10 billion% sure he'll fall for the bait. As All Might says, alright, go! As then Senku just says, Taiju, to the left, around the corner, up the stairs, and to the right. Then you'll reach the bomb. Just be careful of Ida's engine quirk. It might seem like it's just for speed, but it has powerful kicks to it. I've seen his family. As then Bakugo starts ringing around the corner, and Senku just goes, huh. Finally, took long enough. The fuck you just say, celery hair? And he says, you kept me waiting. I was beginning to get a bit bored as he was picking his ear. You're begging for death, aren't you? You're gonna be bound before my feet after getting this beating. As Senku just smirks like, come on, explosion boy. As Bakugo starts flying towards him and starts trying to hit him with a few furious right hooks with explosions coupled in the middle of his palm. As Senku just nudges back, flies right past him, and touches two of his gauntlets as they start turning to stone. Then it's like, the fuck did you just do? I turned your gauntlets to stone. Don't think I didn't notice. Why the fuck you wearing those things? Well, in your words, why the fuck am I such a big nerd? Except pay attention. And I know that those gauntlets have a hidden purpose. Hell, I could see it straight away. They're off-weight and overbalanced. I wonder why. Well, they're overweight and off-balance. Means there must be something inside of them. Which is your sweat, am I right? How the fuck did you... It's called science, engineering, maths, and technology. And they're all related to what I specialize in best. So now if I take down your ultimate weapon, you can't fight me. As then Bakugo just says, shit, this is heavy. This is like, Ah, great, I'm just gonna have to do it, aren't I? As he pulls his palms up and explodes the grenade gauntlets off. Shit. That's better. And he's like, but now there's one problem you didn't account for. I'm much faster now. Oh, I know. Trust me. I planned every step of this along the way. As then Bunker starts flying at him again with explosions, and then swinging a few hits. One hits Senku right in the chest. However, nothing happens. Like it's a nylon mix of Kevlar and titanium alloy. It's extremely heat resistant, and it doesn't burn, while also dispersing the heat quite easily. As then he grabs Bakugo's arms, headbutts him, and says, it fucking hurts, I don't know how people do it. But, I've got you where I want. As Bakugo's arm starts turning to stone as he tries to pull away. It's like, not so fast. As he breaks his arms off. It's like, my fucking arms! Are you a psycho? I thought you were just gonna turn me to stone. I did. He brings out the capture tapes and starts swinging around Bakugo's arms. And I'm pretty sure that means you're out. I need to get the capture tape around your arms, don't I? I got him right here in my hands. You sadistic son of a bitch. Yeah, if you want your arms back, you better surrender. Well, what am I supposed to do with my arms if they're now gone? There's no point. You're gonna get a fucking arrested and thrown in jail. You're really 10 billion% idiot, aren't you? Even though you scored 5th place in the tests. What do you mean? I can heal your arms at any time. I can depetrify it if I wanted to, and then you could never actually heal your arms. But they're still turned to stone, and I'm holding them, offering you them back. As then he says, concede and you might get to use your arms until the exercise is over. As Bakugo says, fine, I concede. As Bakugo starts, as then Senku walks over and says, there, was that so hard? As he starts pulling out some PVC glue from his support items and starts putting it around the stone and sticking it together. As then he touches him and depetrifies both his arms. There, good as new. Alright. If you go now, you just go back and sit back and watch. As Senku just starts walking up the stairs at a casual pace. Then he walks in and says, Big Elf, you done with fighting the stick in the mud yet? And he's like, not yet, Senku. This guy's a lot trickier. I landed a few blows on him, but he's managed to keep up with me so far. Just rip the engines out of his legs. What? I can't do that. It won't cause physical. It will hurt like hell, but it'll regrow. It's what they do to make him faster. Am I right, Ida? How did you know? Oh, your brother Tensei. I've seen him do it before. Well, it was quite gruesome actually to watch, but I was quite curious, so I saw a clip of him doing it, and they grow back, stronger and a lot faster. However, it takes a while to regrow. Am I correct? Shit, no. As Taiju goes up. Are you sure, Senku? Yeah, just do it, Big Elf. You won't get in trouble. Hell, I broke Bakugo's arms off, and yeah, And yet I wasn't disqualified. As Ida tries to kick Taiju in the head to try and throw him off balance and then try and attack Senku, Ida, well, Ida didn't account for how brutish Taiju was taking the attacks as he caught his leg and says, "Sorry about this," as he grabs the engine and rips it out of his leg. As Ida goes, "Ah! Fuck! Ah! Christ!" He's like, "I didn't mean to do that. Well, sorry, I meant to say I didn't want to do that, but I had to." As Senku just walks over and is like, "Good job, Big Elf." As then he touches the bomb and says, Heroes win." As Taiji just starts raising, Senku goes over to Ida. "Hold on." As then he drops as he uses one of the vials he had in his pocket, pops it open, throws it on his leg as it petrifies, then breaks off, and then the pain's gone. Yeah, the pain's gone. However, your engine will be the engines won't come back until tomorrow. Is that alright? Yeah, it just hurt. That was all. Yeah, I know. Go on. I'm hungry. As Taiji says, "Me too, Senku. You wanna go get ramen later?" "Yeah, sure, we can celebrate our victory." As all the tests go as normal in canon, except with and then about a week later, after the heroes vs villains, had concluded, Aizawa says, "Alright, people, listen up. We're going to do a exercise down, an excursion down to the USJ, or as most of you know, the unforeseen simulation joint. We're gonna take a few combat and rescue advice from a pro hero. Some of you may know her as the Space Hero 13. As one girl, as Uraraka just sits in the back, "I love 13. She's what inspired me to be a hero." As his other goes, "Yeah. Personal feelings aside, we are going there to learn rescue maneuvers in all sorts of dangerous environments, and you'll be taking your hero costumes as well." As well, as Aizawa was explaining that Senku and Taiji were talking to each other, I was like, "Do you really think it's gonna be that? Do you reckon it's gonna be difficult?" "No, you big elf. It's rescue. Science is all about part of rescue and helping people from disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, firestorms. With the power of science, we can predict it and get people to safety. And that's what just pro heroes do. We help people from situations, disasters." And it goes, "Yeah, I guess you're right." As then they all make their way over to the USJ on the buses. As 13 starts introducing herself and what her quirk is, the lights in the USJ start turning off and the doors shut and lock behind them. As then all of a sudden a black portal starts opening up in the middle of the USJ. As hundreds of villains, a few hundred villains, from what it looked like, started pouring out of the portal. And then a giant figure of mist teleported behind them says, "Ah, I see. We are the League of Villains, and we're here to kill All Might." As Bakugo starts throwing explosions at Kurogiri, and he's like, "Annoying little pest." As then 13 starts to try and use her quirk Black Hole on on Kurogiri to no avail, and even hurting himself in the process. And it's like, time to do away with the rest of you. As he separates the class by teleporting them all into different areas around the facility. Senku was put on the boat with Mineta, Tsuyu, Midoriya, and we're now on the shipwreck zone. As when Mineta started freaking out. Senku just tells, calm down. I know there's villains in the water, but if they try and come up and attack us, they're waiting for us to try and escape. Well, what are we supposed to do if we can't go in the water? We asked them with just a hint of curiosity. Like, easy. We fight back. As Midoriya and the rest of the group starts looking puzzled and it's like, how are we supposed to fight back against like 30 villains? And he's like, Midoriya, I've seen your power. You can easily fling them to the other side of the water. However, you're afraid that you might kill them. Am I correct? Yeah. Easy. You something to cushion the blow. But then they go, well, how are we supposed to do that? Well, I got a plan, so get excited. It's like, now's not the time for one of your catchphrases. There's always time for a catchphrase, Mineta. And I think you all know that you should get excited instead of pissing your pants. As then, well, they started to formulate a plan as some villains try and jump up against the ship, but Sue easily kicks them off and wraps her tongue around them and throws them off into the water. As they're getting annoyed, it's like, damn kids, let's just destroy the boat. They start attacking the boat, and Manager starts freaking out again. It's like, come on, guys, we need to get out of here fast. As Senku just says, well, now I've got a strategy. See, grab Midori and throw him up into the air. What? Just do it, trust me. Midori, as soon as you throw it into the air, aim down at the ship. Well, aim down next to the ship, then flick just with one of your fingers. You don't have to worry about killing people, and you'll be so high up that the force will be lessened. As he goes, alright. He's like, I'm 10 billion percent sure this would work, but just try and stay focused. And Mineta, as soon as Midoriya attacks, start throwing your balls as much as you can into the water. I can heal your scalp, so you can keep throwing the balls. He goes, sure. And as they start their plan, Suyu throws Midoriya into the air, and he flicks down with one of his fingers, shooting a vortex into the water, creating a whirlpool. And Mineta starts throwing as many sticky balls as he can make into the water and clumping the villains together. And he goes, Midoriya, now flick in front of yourself and launch yourself back. So I'm guessing you can carry me and Mineta, can't you? Yeah. Alright, grab me and Mineta, throw us down over there. As then they all land down back to safety. As he goes, Midoriya, see that Aizawa Sensei's in trouble. As they all rush down to try and help Aizawa, but well, Great Boy started running off and tried to regroup with Kaminari and the others he saw over in the hills. As Tsuyu, Midoriya, and Senku were down in the middle. As you could see, Aizawa fighting against many villains. As Shigaraki just goes, Nomu, kill him! As Nomu starts beating on Aizawa, even though he took away his quirk, his strength was immense. He starts pulling him into the ground, punching him, punching. Then a portal appeared in front of Suyu, and a hand reached out and grabbed her face. Bye-bye, little froggy. What the hell? Why isn't it working? As he looks back to see Aizawa is still holding up. He's still keeping his erasure focused on Shigaraki, taking more pain and having his arm broken by Nomu. As then he goes, alright then, if I can't kill her, Nomu can. As he goes, Nomu, kill her! As the big bird-like creature starts running at Suyu and punching her at the speed of sound. Senku touches Suyu before the Nomu had hit her a fraction of a second beforehand, turning her to stone, and she gets shattered into a million pieces. As Midoriya goes, no! You killed her! That's right, boy. I killed her. Well, Nomu did anyway. What are you gonna do about it? All Might isn't here, so this is his fault. Senku just goes to Midoriya and, calm down, Midoriya, she's not... You monster! As Midoriya starts going up and trying to hit Nomu goes up to try and punch Shigaraki as Nomu appeared in front of him as then Izuku started launching 100% punches, but it had no effect. As then Taiju appeared next to Midoriya, taking a punch. Senku, I'm glad I got here just in time. Thank God, Big Oaf. Can you buy me about 2 minutes so I can get this under control? As he says, I can take his punches, but just barely. Midoriya, help me out. I'll defend and you attack. Keep doing that and we'll wear him down. As both of them team up together, start throwing punches and kicks, and Taiji takes most of the blows. But Senku, however, what he was doing in those 2 minutes was he was using his support items to repair Suyu's broken body, sticking it back together piece by piece as quickly as he could, using a tool of his to be able to analyze where the pieces go and collect them all together, sticking them back together. As then once he rebuilt the body back together, he goes, please work. As he drops a bottle of the miracle fluid from his hands, as the stone starts cracking, and Suyu is alive. Where am I? Where am I? You're right, Sue. You were killed, but I managed to save you just in time. Senku? Wait, what do you mean I just died? Oh, technically that big monster over there killed you, but I turned you to stone before he punched you. When I did shatter you into 1,000 pieces, I was able to put you back together and revive you. You know how I took up Bakugo's arms the other day and put him back on him, no problem? It's kind of like that. As then Shigaraki says, oh, so you can revive people, can you? As, well, let's see if it works on yourself. As All Might busts through the door at that exact moment as, well, the Nomu pushes and shoves Taiju and Midori out the way, then punches directly at Senku. Senku turns himself to stone in a last-ditch effort, and is like, oh, I hope that May didn't fuck this one up. As he gets shattered to a million pieces again. Well, just like Sue did. As everybody's in shock and as Shigaraki goes, see that, All Might? You couldn't save one of your precious students. Now wallow away in your grief. while he could revive himself, well, he can't revive himself now that he's dead. As a small voice starts playing. Revival process initiated. Activating revival. As then for some reason a weird device starts buzzing, and a high-pitched sound starts ringing throughout the air as stone particles start levitating off the ground and start flying together. As then it reforms into Senku. Okay. Depetrification process enabled. As he revives. Oh shit. Oh. I was 10 billion% sure that was gonna work, but still that had me on edge. How long was I dead for? That's the sentence I never thought I'd say. Well, All Might just looks in shock. Young man, I thought we lost you. Don't worry, not that. Science is amazing once you realize how your own quirk works. And finding out that it doesn't need anybody else. As then, hey All Might, I got a way to take down that bird creature. It has shock absorption, regeneration, and super strength. So you can't just punch it to death. Throw me at him. Both. As he goes, you just died by his hands. I'm not gonna let you go back into the fight against him. As it's like, yeah, no, that whole trick was a well, that process was a one-trick show. So I don't think I can afford to die again. But we've got no other choice here. It's either one of us dies, Aizawa dies, or one of us does, or we can just fight him. So, oh my, throw me at him. And Shigaraki says, "No, you don't, you brat." But he gets shot through. He gets hit with an explosion, and a wave of ice comes rushing towards him as he jumps back. And it's like, fucking kids. As Todoroki and Bakugo start flying in, it's like, "You forget about us, you fucking handjob freak." As Senku says, "Bakugo, Todoroki, hold him off." Bakugo goes, "Don't tell me what to do." It's like, "I wasn't telling you what to do. I was giving you a suggestion." Alright then, you nerd. You seem to be able to know what's going on. I'll listen to what you have to say for now. As then, Senku gets launched towards Nomu. As he touches the skin of Nomu, he starts turning to stone. And Nomu cracked himself in half. As then he goes, "Shit." And then he puts both of his hands on the edge and is like, "Come on, turn to stone." As Nomu fully depetrifies and is like, "All Might now." As All Might rears his arm back and goes, "Detroit Smash!" As Nomu is shattered to a million pieces, and then Senku grabs out a bottle of the revival fluid and just throws it all over the stone pieces. As then goes, "There we go. He won't be regenerating now." As then the rest of the pro heroes arrive, and Shigaraki is whisked away by Kurogiri. And then everybody's like, starts running up to Senku and it's like, "Are you alright? Are you hurt anywhere?" I'm just fine. You might want to check on the others. They might have had a rough time. as all the pro heroes start arriving and surrounding the villains and rounding them up. Senku just acts like nothing actually happened at all, even after just dying. Taiji goes, Senku, I was so worried. I thought you died. But he was smart enough to have a backup plan. Damn right, big elf. I don't risk my life unless I know it's gonna work. As Senku says, oh my, can I talk to you in private? And he goes, sure. As after the authorities clear the situation up and the rest of the students are sent home, All Might talks to Senku, as he said, alright, how long are you gonna lie? What? What do you mean? How long are you gonna lie about the injury that you have? How did you? It's quite simple, really. You don't hit as hard as you do in your heyday. Now, I could just chalk it up to you getting weaker as you get older, but seeing that it was only recently that it happened, I'll say around about 5-10 years ago. I don't know what the story was behind it, but I know you're hurt. You said, well, from what I could estimate from the power behind the force of your punches, you could easily, especially that day alone, you changed the weather with one single punch. You before fighting the Nomu, that never happened. You couldn't just punch it into the sky. As then he goes, I can heal you, but it won't restore it. It will restore the damage that's on the surface. However, I can't fix anything further. As he goes, that's alright. As then he goes and puts his hand on, well, All Might's weak spot, and he went, yeah, hold on, old man. This will hurt a bit. As he starts petrifying All Might's torso, and then splashes some of this revival fluid along it as it starts cracking and breaking off as the wound is gone. And then Senku says, there, should be much better now. As then All Might thanks him. Young man, if I'd found you earlier, you could have been my successor. Yeah, whatever. Well, I promised Taji I was gonna go get ramen with him. As then he says, alright, see ya, Pops. Get excited, you're not hurt anymore. You won't be coughing up blood. How did you... I can see they always carry a handkerchief around with you. As then he just walks off, and this is where I'm going to leave the end of part 3. As, well, thank you guys for watching. I forgot I was still in presenter mode. And, yeah. A bit of fun for Senku to be who he is. I was originally going to go into some spoilers for the manga, but I just thought, it isn't worth it. People who aren't going to catch up to it are just going to get annoyed at me, so no spoilers for you, and it's a good thing. But yeah, thanks for everybody's support, and yeah, have a good one.